Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. Now today you'll see I'm sat in my Ask Ali M chair. I've been getting better. My legs are actually getting better, but then I went down with the flu. And I really wasn't well yesterday. But I'm still quite upbeat because although I'm now full of sniffles, the flu has subsided, the fever and everything, my walking is getting better, and I was getting really scared that it was a permanent thing. So I'm feeling quite upbeat, and I wanted to review some items I got from Charlotte Tilbury. Now, the main feature today is this little beauty, which is a limited edition. You know, every year Charlotte Tilbury brings out, around this time of the year, just after Christmas, a red. Okay, and she's bought one out, and it's called Blossom Red. Now, you'll see I haven't even opened this yet, so it's truly a first impression. The other things I got are nothing new, but I'll just, so that you can see what's in the box. I got some Flawless Filter, but this time I wanted to try 5.5, which I haven't tried before. And I'm going to do a video because I've got quite a few shades of this. The 5.5 the 5 I've tried before and it looks a bit orange. And sometimes the 4 and the 4.5 look a bit pale on me. So I wanted to try the 5.5. So I will try that on in a minute after the lipstick. But I'm also going to do a separate video where I'm going to compare each of the shades that I own. So watch this space. I also got a contour wand in medium to deep. I've been waiting for this to come into stock for so long. It's been out of stock, so I'm really happy I've got a new one of those because I use that a lot and I was running out. And then I actually got this free, and Stacey, one of my Ali Pallies, is always saying check your loyalty and what you're entitled to when you go to check out, and it said that I was entitled to a free 50ml pot of magic cream. So I'm not going to open that because I've still got some left, but I'm stocked up now on magic cream for the year. Okay, so let's get going with this Blossom Red lipstick. I'm just going to try it on and swatch it for you, and then I'll come back later and do the comparisons because I'm still not trying to walk around too much because I don't want my walking to get worse again. Okay, just fiddling with the thing to get it open. And I still can't get it open. There we go. Right, so you will see it's in limited edition packaging, which looks really pretty, actually. Look at that. And I'm assuming that this is a refillable case. Now, they've got other items with this limited edition packaging on. They've got the setting spray, and they've also got the magic cream, and I think they've also got, yeah, the airbrush flawless powder. So if you like this particular design and you're running out of any of those, then this is very pretty, actually. It looks really nice. So let's dig into this lipstick. So I'm just going to take some photos of these before I start. Now, it is described as a tawny red, which it is. It looks almost a brick red. So those of you that like your blue reds rather than your browny orangey reds are not going to like this. There is no indentations or lips or anything on this particular one, which she's been doing a lot recently, so I'm not sure why she didn't. I'm just going to test that it is actually... Oh, no, I tell a lie. Look, it's there. I just didn't twist down far enough. So there are some lips on it. Okay? And I'm just going to test that this is a refillable one. Yes, it is. Right, so you can refill these if you ever get to the end of a lipstick to refill it. Now I'm going to take some photos and I'll be right back and we'll do a try on. Okay, let's do this. Okay, first impressions. A lovely smooth finish. Very constant colour. Really smooth colour. But if you do not like brownie reds, you're not going to like this because this is terracotta. This is a terracotta shade. So, I still like it for a change because I always tend to go for blue reds. Now, you will see that I just put up the swatches. Now, what I did is I swatched the lipstick on the back of my arm and on the back of my hand, because if you were watching my live last week, I've just realised that that's the way to go, because the back of my hand is warm toned and the back of my arm is very cool toned. And we were trying out some makeup items and realised they look very different on the back of my arm and the back of my hand. So you can have a look at those and it will give you an idea of what it's going to look like on you. So I've got quite a warm tone, sort of warm to neutral, but more warm than neutral. So it's going to look more terracotta. But if you're cool toned, this actually is not really showing it in a good light. But if you look at my swatch, you'll see it's not going to be quite as orangey as it is on a warm toned skin. Please have a look at those two swatches because I've got those in a better light. So that is the lipstick. Now, this is a Matte Revolution, and she has brought out a lot of kissing formulas recently. And I have to say, I prefer the kissing formulas to the Matte Revolution. But the Matte Revolutions are not drying, and they are a very consistent colour. Sometimes with matte lipsticks, because they're quite matte, they end up looking patchy. And the thing about Charlotte's is, I think matte is almost a bit misleading because they're still quite creamy for matte. They just look a bit more matte than a kissing formula. Does that make sense? But anyway, and I've got quite dry lips, shed a lot of skin on my lips, and it doesn't show up any uneven skin texture. So I think it just depends. If you like your kissing formula, then you're not going to like this as much. But the Matte Revolutions are not as matte as, say, some of the liquid lipsticks that you might get with other brands that are really, really matte. So that is the new shade that Charlotte has brought out in, I'm going to have to check the name again, Blossom Red. Okay, now I'll do a quick show of the Flawless filter before I finish off. Okay, I'm having to perch all sorts of stuff on my lap at the moment because of my lack of mobility, so excuse the poor lighting. Now, I want to try this Flawless filter, and now I've bought the shade 5.5. Now, as you can see, it is tan, so I knew it was going to be on the dark side. But what's really interesting about this is it's a lot less orange, which is what I was hoping for, than 5. So 5 looks quite orangey, and it just makes me look too orange. Whereas this, I was hoping for something that would add a bit more warmth or tan. But, and especially in the summer, I could use. But it's not going to make me look orange. Now, I'm going to show you a swatch of this, but I will come back and I will do a comparison of all the shades that I've got, because I have got quite a few shades. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to leave you with a swatch of my hand, and then I'm going to put this on and I'm going to show you a picture before and after I put on the Flawless filter. All right, see you in a minute. Now, I bet you thought that was going to be too dark on me, didn't you? I'm going to show you the before and after in a minute. But this is what I love about Flawless Filter. It's quite sheer, so you can use it a little bit, you know, within reason. You can go up a shade or two to warm up your complexion without it looking ridiculous. And at the moment, I've been quite pale because I've been ill, and it's just given me that lovely, I mean, I've put some under my eyes, which I probably wouldn't normally do, but I can't get up to use other products. But the reason I wouldn't normally do it is because it's accentuating that ridge under the eyes, which makes you look like you've got more of a shadow than you have. But I'm absolutely loving that colour on me. I need to have blended it in a bit more, but I will show you the before and after photo. So you'll see the first picture, me wearing this lipstick, but nothing else on my face. And then the second picture using 5.5 Flawless Filter. Now, I will come back, as I said, and I will show you the other shades that I've got. I think I've got 3, 4, 4.5, and 5, and 5.5. So you can see all the different shades, and I'll talk to you about which shades I use for what, because you can also play around with different shades to use them in different ways. Anyway, that's for the next video. I hope you've enjoyed this one and you've enjoyed seeing this new lipstick, Blossom Red by Charlotte Tilbury. Thank you for joining me. Love you all. Mwah!